pissed off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burke Kid. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have Turk than me.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans all over the goddamn world, Shakur Stevenson has changed. Shakur Stevenson, straight up out of New Jersey. He done changed. I want to explain how he's changed. He's changed in a drastic way. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but I'm going to point out a lot of things. He got a fight coming up this Saturday. I can't wait to watch it against Yoshi. I'm just going to call him Yoshi, like the video game. I don't know if y'all know about it. Regular Nintendo. Nah, it was on Super Nintendo. Yeah, Yoshi. But anyway, I just seen Tank media work out. And I just want to say that Tank he's maturing, man. And like I said, I'm a very big fan of Tank. Also, I think Tank kind of exposed Ryan in several ways. I don't agree with that rehydration clause. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It looks suspect. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But Ryan did sign, and also, I think Ryan kind of used this as a way, kind of like a pity party, to get people on his side. And he been using that and Jesus, and he's the son of Jesus, and he been using that a lot to play to fans. And Tank was like, that motherfucker get drunk and shoot dice and shit and gamble and shit, and this motherfucker try to act like because that's how they making this fight. Like, Ryan is the good kid and Tank is the thug, so it's the good versus the villain, kind of like they did with Fatback Fury and Wilder. Also, I gotta point this out because I'm gonna keep pointing this out. I'm not gonna ever stop pointing this out. I told you, the lack of self-worth is very relevant in boxing and in the world today. I told you, bro, they trying to turn Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford into some Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia type shit. Just a regular fight. I swear to God, it's not even, you hear people all over about it. It may not even be big no more. Y'all just want to downplay two black fighters so bad. So bad, bro. That's why I just keep talking shit about it. Because y'all keep trying to downplay the shit. Bro, you can't do it. You can't downplay greatness. But anyway, they asked Tank a lot of questions, and he answered. They asked him about Teofimo versus Josh Taylor. He said, I never really watched Josh Taylor, but he commented on it. Okay? They asked him about Inoue. They said, you think he's the most explosive fighter in boxing? Inoue, by the way, he's a Japanese fighter, and who's everybody saying is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. And his the best fighter he fought on his resume was No Nito Donaire, who was a future Hall of Famer, a very good fighter, but he was 40. And he gave him the toughest fight of his career in the first fight. He gave him a tooth and nail fight. And they say he's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. Yeah, many black fans like him in boxing and say that shit too, which is weird. Anyway, yeah, he got hand speed and power. But anyway, they said, is he the most explosive fighter in boxing? And Tank was like, yeah. And I thought Tank would have said, nah, I'm the most explosive fighter in boxing. But anyway, also, but Tank did say, you know, I like Cool Boy too, and I think that's a good fight. And so they was like, what do you think about you and Inoue? They didn't say, what about you and Cool Boy? They didn't say, what about you and Cool Boy stuff in the future? Could you see that? No, they said, what about Inoue? Monster Inoue, what do you think about a future fight? And Tank, let me tell you something, Tank looked like a kid in the projects on Christmas that done finally got that bicycle he been asking for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? He looked so happy. He showed all his teeth. Oh, that's a dream fight. He would love it, and it would be huge and this and that. Inoue ain't never been on pay-per-view. Inoue ain't selling out no Madison Square Garden. He ain't sold out Barclays. So I'm just showing you how when it ain't a black fighter, other black fighters think that just because he ain't black, it's a huge fight. Because he got Japan behind him, it's a huge fight. But when they asked him about Shakur and Devin, he said, I don't even want to talk about that. Because let me tell you what they said. They just said, they didn't ask him about, what about you fighting him? They said, who you think better out of Shakur and Devin? A simple question. Who you think most skilled? Who you think the better? He wouldn't even answer. And Leonard Ellerby said, Ryan versus Tank. That's how we want to talk about it, Ryan versus Tank. Throughout all the other questions, there was no problem. But when you bring up two black fighters, Ryan versus Tank, we don't even want to discuss it. We don't want to bring no attention to none of them fights. But any other fighter, Tank will talk about it. If you ask him about any other fighter at 135 besides Shakur and Devin Haney, he would gladly tell you what he think. They even asked him, is it a UK fighter at 135 you like to fight? He said, yeah, I would, but I just don't know any 135. So he's open to any fight besides Shakur and Devin Haney. He won't never say it's a big fight. It would be competitive. Them dudes are skilled because both of them have said Tank is skilled. He's a good fighter. This would be a great fight. It'll be a huge fight. That's what Devin and Shakur both say. It's that David Ruffin mentality. That's just what I think. And when black fighters become stars, Floyd Mayweather didn't want no other black fighter being a star but him. And that's the mentality that I think Tank got. I wish you the best. Also, I want to say this. Tank is one of the most skilled fighters in boxing. And the only way Ryan beat Tank, because this is how good Tank is, this is how much of a mismatch this fight truly is. Ryan would have to do what Fatback Fury did to Wilder to beat Tank. He would have to find some hell of a dope. He would have to find some shit. Because you're not even on Tank level. Nobody want to admit that. You just want to say it's the biggest fight in boxing. Ryan ain't never been on pay-per-view. He ain't never sold shit. But it's the biggest fight in boxing. And everybody think it's such a great fight. Ryan can't fuck with Tank. And real people that really watch boxing know this. And we talk about Ryan got power and he got a left hook. I don't even think you can hurt him, bro. I don't think Ryan hit harder than Mario Barrios. I don't think Ryan Garcia hit harder than Isaac Pitbull Cruz. So it's a lot of shit, I think. And I don't think Ryan fucking with him. So I'm just going to leave that alone. Now, Shakur Stevenson. He done changed, bro. And also, I might call this fight tomorrow, man, because you got my man Shoo, man. Shoo, man. And that man, I made a video about him, and he actually commented, man. He said, thanks, bro. And that shit, and that's Bruce Shoo Carrington. Shout out to him. Straight up out of New York. Good brother, young, hungry fighter. He just the goods, bro. I can't wait to see him. I even like Keyshawn Davis. I just don't think he's ready for Frank Martin. I like him. I really like Frank Martin. I like his character. I love the confidence. I love the shit talking. I love all that sauce. And he's a very good fighter. You just not ready for Frank. Frank would destroy you at this stage in your career. Too much, bro. Too much. And you ain't even dealt with that kind of hand speed yet to even test yourself properly. You ain't fought no fighter with no hand speed like that and that kind of power, let alone a southpaw with different kind of angles that's very tricky, that's very explosive, that throw that straight left like a goddamn shotgun. So, I don't think you're ready for him. As for Big Baby, Jared Anderson, man, you in for some shit, bro. This motherfucker you fighting, they calling him the Dominican Mike Tyson. And he do all the dips just like him. He don't have quite the power, but he hit hard. He cracking. Bro, Dominican fighters are very good. I don't think they good as Cuban fighters. I think Cuban fighters are the best Latino fighters, in my opinion. Puerto Rican fighters are very good, but I think Cubans different, bro. So, I think Cubans fight the best. But anyway, You in for a fight though. This and he's undefeated. This would be a tough fight for you. So I can't wait to see this fight. I might call this fight. But when I say Shakur has changed, Shakur has went from, he used to be like a Floyd Money Mayweather. Shakur is Pretty Boy Floyd. He has turned into Pretty Boy Floyd. He a savage, bro. He a savage. And he said exactly what I think his attitude. He said, "I'm gonna beat your ass." That's what he told Yoshi. And Yoshi looked at him, and his interpreter interpreted it. And yeah, he said, "Yeah, tell him I'm gonna beat his ass." Anyway, that's what Shakur want to do now. He just don't want to outbox you no more. And it ain't even about the knockout, because Shakur is not a knockout artist, and he's not gonna get a lot of stoppages. But he's finna start letting his hands go more. He's gonna be more offensive. He in the ass beating department now. All that defensive counterpunching shit. Shakur just want to beat some ass now. He really want to put a hurting. Kind of remind me of how Pernell Whitaker was. A lot of people don't realize he had some of the best defense in the history of boxing. But Pernell Whitaker, every fight, he tried to hurt you, bro. And he did hurt a lot of his opponents. He fought to hurt you. He hurt Julio Cesar Chavez several times in that fight. Nobody talks about it, though. But yeah, Shakur a dog. And I always knew he had that in him, but nah. And I know he ain't scared of no fighter, and I know he'll fight anybody. But Shakur done got mean. Shakur done got mean, and he's gonna mix it up more, which would cause him to get hit more also. And this dude can punch, but I think Shakur got a pretty good chin. When Shakur took that punch from Nakatilia, that African, that motherfucker hit hard. So I don't question his chin, but you can be hurt. Any fighter can get hurt, though. Any fighter can get hurt. So, but Shakur got the best defense in boxing, and honestly, when Shakur is offensive, Shakur is, I'm going to keep saying this, you can argue that Shakur is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing, just off skills and talent, the defense, you know, but I still think Devin Haney is the one fighter that can beat him. I think Shakur beats Tank. I just think Devin will edge it out. The reach, but sometimes I see Shakur winning. I just don't know. Devin versus Shakur is the hardest puzzle. I swear to God. But Shakur, he just want to hurt. He want to put a hurting on these dudes. And like I said, you can argue that he's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing with the skills. But on my pound-for-pound, you know, I got Jamel Cholo as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter. But like I said, one can argue that Shakur, because, and when he's offensive, he's still very defensively responsible. So he dangerous, bro. And when you fight with that kind of grit, Shakur is more dangerous. When Shakur is more offense, he's a more dangerous fighter now. I really want to see Shakur versus Frank Martin, because I'm telling you, because Frank mean. And when you match that shit, bro, I swear that people do not know how good of a fight Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin is, bro. Southpaw versus Southpaw, and that kind of hand speed, man, it's different, bro. But that's a fight I would really like to see. But I can't wait to see Shakur fight. I mean, every time Shakur fight, man, I'm all eyes, man, because he's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. So yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.